Good morning, everyone. I am Øystein Thøgersen. I'm the Rector of NHH, Norwegian School of Economics, and it's a pleasure for me to welcome you all to Bergen and this proud institution. A special welcome to those of you joining virtually. At NHH, we are deeply honored to host the 30th annual EAERE conference. 800 participants, not bad. Actually, very, very good. And also, since parts of my own research deal with topic in resource economics, in the borderline with macroeconomics, I am personally particularly glad to host this specific conference. As I hope you have already noticed, Bergen is a city deeply connected to nature, with its close proximity to the sea and mountains. While this ensures a stunning natural beauty, and by the way, I can reassure you, even more so when the sun is shining, this very proximity between sea and mountains also provide the building blocks for our commodity and resource-based Norwegian economy. Just consider the large hydropower production taking place there, you know, in that direction, outside this building. The fishing and aquaculture industries in the sea, in that direction. And not least, the petroleum sector, which now stands at the crossroad as we navigate the shift towards a low-emission future. I believe, well, actually I'm convinced, that this provides a fitting backdrop for this year's conference. Here, the challenges for all aspects of resource and environmental management are evident just outside the windows. And the energy transition, with all its policy dilemmas, will take center stage. Founded in 1936, NHH has a strong international profile and a long-standing research tradition in resource and environmental economics. Long before sustainability became a widely used term, and everyone used these sustainability things on the jacket, our faculty were already deeply engaged in energy economics and resource management. And I can also provide you with a small footnote, particularly for our guests from North America. Oris Herfindahl, one of the founding fathers of resource economics, and by the way, also well known for a concentration index, had his family roots just outside here. Today, NSH is a leading business school in the Nordics. We integrate climate and environmental issues in both research and teaching. Of course, we have to be relevant. And our faculty members frequently contribute to policymaking and broader societal outreach in these areas. Since many of you will be staying here for a few days, I will also mention that Bergen, often referred to as the gateway of the fjords, offer a unique blend of a rich maritime heritage and a vibrant academic community. It's a city where nature and urban life intertwine, and it's home to world-class research institutions, innovative green infrastructure projects, and forward-looking climate adaptation strategies. I really, really hope that Bergen provides an inspiring setting for dialogue and exchange that goes well beyond the academic sessions. So, let me conclude. Let me close by wishing you an excellent, inspiring, and exciting conference, and a truly enjoyable stay here in Bergen. Thank you.
Thank you, Øystein. Thanks a lot for letting us use NHH and providing us with excellent staff here to help us do this conference. My name is Aline Bütikofer. I'm the head of the local organizing committee, and also welcome from our side to this currently rainy place. But the weather app, the local weather app, promises no rain when we are all supposed to go up flying later today. I would like to use this opportunity also to thank our local sponsors, which are NHH, of course, but also NHH Foundation, SNF Foundation, the EAERE Research Center, and the biggest contributor, the FAIR Center of Excellence. So thanks to all of them. This year, we received a remarkable number of submissions, and that all created this wonderful program with science, policy, business sessions, but also kind of contributed sessions, special sessions, and on top of that, all the plenary lectures, the keynote lectures. So we are very happy that Robin, Tatiana, and Catherine could make time to come here and present their amazing work. So thank you for that. And thanks also to Linda, Nicole, and Penn for putting all the program together for this very big effort. And of course, all the team of reviewers that kind of selected you guys here from a set of impressive 1,568 individual submissions. So thanks for that. Some practical information. So the program is available on ConfTool. And if you need help navigating around, there are two ways. You can either ask the staff wearing the blue T-shirts. They should know where the rooms are, or otherwise you can look at Maze Map on your phone. That tells you where approximately in this labyrinth of building you are and where you're supposed to go. And then tonight, a social event is on Flyen, so you should receive tickets for the funicular on your phone, on your email, that you can use both for the ride up and down. You might also walk up. It's a very nice walk, or you can walk down. But if you walk up, make sure that you pass by the ground station, because we actually give out some goodies on the way up. So make sure that you get your picnic on the way up. And then tomorrow we have the conference dinner that is again in the aula where we had the reception yesterday night. I think one of my slides got lost, but what I also would like to say is that we have also lunches in the aula. But you realize that aula gets very warm very quickly yesterday night. So please take your lunch and then move out of aula again and use the mirror hall outside here, or all the other areas, maybe even outside if the rain gets less, to have your lunches. And then in case of emergency, there are exits in most of the rooms, both in the front and in the back. They're all indicated by the green signs. And if there should be emergencies, these are the numbers that you can call. But also, please notify one of the people in the blue T-shirts that there has been an emergency so that we can take over the handling of that. Thank you. But let's hope we don't need these numbers anymore. And I hope you all can enjoy the conference. So welcome.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 30th annual conference. 30th. Can you believe it? Thanks to NHH and the Center for Applied Research at NHH for hosting us this year, and the Ein Group International as professional conference organizers. A special thanks to the program committee chairs, Bergen, Linda Nussbacken, and Nicole Wegner. And to the local organizing committee chaired by Aline, Bütikofer, Margarete Hannesen, Gunnar Eskeland, and Nicole Wegner. And thanks also to an NHH events team that supported the local organization, Frode Ojerand and Cecile Presto-Leuvus. More or less, I hope I got it right. I know the great effort and devotion that it takes to organize this, so I'm very thankful. Last year I said we are a special conference. And this year is a special conference of a special community because it's a 30 year and it's a milestone to be proud of. The first conference 30 years, well, more than 30 years ago. It was in 1990 in Venice. And since then, we have been all around, spreading knowledge, curiosity, and learning from each other. If you are not on the map, watch out, we'll come to you. The world has changed dramatically since then. In 1990, the notion of sustainable development was just born. 1987, Brundtland Report. By the way, Gro Harlem Brundtland, a Norwegian prime minister, very representative of the Norwegian politics. The first annual conference was before the Earth Summit in Rio. It was before Agenda 21. We are now towards Agenda 2030. It was before COP1. We're now leading to COP30. In 1990, East and West Germany reunified. And Baltic states declare independence from Soviet Union. Now someone seems to have opposite views. In 1990, there was the foundation of the World Wide Web. Just to have an idea of how things have been changing all over these years. In 1990, Italy organized the World Football Championship, losing at the penalties versus Maradona. Now we don't even qualify for the World Championship. We are kicked out by Norway. Thank you, guys. We appreciate. Many environmental problems, unfortunately, have grown since then. Air pollution, water scarcity, biodiversity loss. Greenhouse gas emissions keep growing. The image here represents the cumulative CO2 emissions since 1990 up to today. This meant an increase in mean global temperature and an unprecedented number of extreme climate events, according to the UN last year, more than 150. This obviously generated and generates climate anxiety and pessimistic predictions. But I'm not here to depress you. I'm here to provide some good, optimistic motivations to look into the future. There are good reasons for optimism, in my view. First of all, there is increasing awareness, especially in the young generation. After Greta Thunberg and Fridays for Future, the awareness has increased and has spread. There are more climate-friendly lifestyles. There are also more climate mitigation, and the image here represents the Klimaseniorinnen from Switzerland, which shows that it's an intergenerational fight. It's not only about the young generation, but also the less young generation is very attentful to these topics. There's been a rapid shift to renewable energy sources. The price of renewable energy sources has decreased dramatically, 90% for solar, 80% for wind since 2010. The price for kilowatt hour of battery capacity went down by 97% in the last 30 years. The storage capacity doubled in the last years. More, clean energy jobs are on the rise. And we heard yesterday in the session with the European Commission that we can expect between 1.2 and 1.7 million new green jobs versus a loss of 300K in fossil fuel sectors. The sales of electric vehicles reached a record high number in 2023. And here I have to say, Norway is a front runner in all respects, numbers, but also regulations. Heat pumps are on the rise. Here again, Norway is a model, has among the highest rates per household. And also CDR, clean development, carbon dioxide removal technologies are improving. They're not perfect, but they are giving us hope for negative emissions that we need for the future. And many other things. But the main reason for optimism, it's you. EAERE is a growing community. This year we reached a record number of institutional members. And I see many of my wish list elements, somehow realizing in the last few years. When I decided to run as president for the association, I had a wish list. I describe it like this. And many of these things are happening. The Policy Outreach Committee activities and our policy outreach capacity is growing. We are members of COP, IPCC, IPBS, ECHA, and so on. I dreamt of having new working groups, and this year we had the first working group of the diversity, equity, and inclusion, and the working group of the Mediterranean, the EAERE Association in Lisbon, Siena, at COP29 in Baku, in Rome, and new events are on the way. We have more interdisciplinary collaborations with the European Association of Agricultural Economists and a promising collaboration with the energy economists. We have more intercontinental collaborations with the sister associations in the World Council. There is an increasing participation of young scholars. What I call the next generation EAERE is shaping up. We have more schools, we have participation grants, we have visiting scholar program. We have new communication tools, and again, the young scholars helping us with the young communication support team. But most of all, it's the great scientific work that you do that is a reason for hope. The contamination of ideas that takes place within the community and the sense of community. And also the fact that you survived my presidency is a good reason for optimism. You are almost done. Come on, resist a few more months. And the fact that Linda is the next president is a very good reason for optimism. So believe me, you're in safe hands. There is an expression that has been used and abused, which is staying on the giant's shoulders. And I think this is true. And this helped us. And in my view, we had role models to look at that helped us. One of these giants passed away. Alistair Alf passed away in October 24. He was the president in the period 200-201, and he made key changes that remained over time. He introduced the positions of past and incoming president. He thought there was a need for a permanent secretariat, and he designed summer schools for young and upcoming scientists. So all elements that kept working and that we continue relaunching following his model. So a big thank goes to Alistair Alf, and if you don't mind, I would propose a big round of applause. We must keep the spirit high, learn from the past, look into the future, look into the next 30 conferences and next 30 years with optimism. But we must also be ready to defend our ideas and our principles. In this regard, last week, together with the Council and the Policy Outreach Committee, we prepared a statement on academic and research freedom. Academic freedom has been challenged in many countries and in many ways. It's a fundamental pillar of democratic societies, a basic ethic principle underlying science and a precondition for good research. Academic freedom produces and spreads new ideas. Academic and research freedom are principles that must be preserved by all governments, no matter right or left. The diversity of the research paths and of the academic opinions enriches our scientific results, as well as our societies. So the recent attacks on academic and research freedom call for a response, an equilibrated, still clear, solid response. And this is why I invite you all to read, sign, spread this statement across colleagues, but also friends and elements of the civil society, because the more, the better. Let's give a strong signal that our community does not step back from its principle, does not shy away. It has been said that our future is in our hands. We may use these hands to shake hands in these days with new friends, to write new joint papers with new co-authors, but also to sign this statement and say, not in my home, not here. Academic freedom here stays. So let's join our hands to design the EAERE we want for the next 30 years. Enjoy the conference. Thank you.